Hello, everyone. This is Karan. I'm founder of Cosmos. I'm just here to talk to Christian, who's the amazing founder of Tomorrow University. And we're going to take a couple of minutes to share his experiences with Cosmos and help our new potential customers understand a little bit more about Cosmos. So before we move on, let me introduce our wonderful guest, Kristen, here. Kristen has been a great supporter of Cosmos. So thanks a lot for that, Kristen. And he's building Tomorrow University, which is the next generation university for global impact, based out of Germany. They're online and they're accredited by the German government. Now I'll open it up for Kristen, and he'd tell us a little bit more about what he's building and what's the vision for the future.
Karen, thank you so much. And again, really great to share also my experience, because I think it was really valuable and helped us a lot over the whole period. Yeah? So with Tomorrow University, we're building a global university for impact. And the root where it's coming from is actually that we fundamentally believe there are so many big problems in the world, and education is really one of the biggest forces actually to change the future. And if you think about education hasn't changed for such a long time. And it's time actually that the surrounding, the environment, our world has changed so much, and it's time to actually fit the education to where we live today and to today's problems and to today's challenges. And with Tomorrow, we are building not just yet another university, but we're building a next generation university, leveraging technology and focusing on the latest pedagogy and building systems actually for people to learn in a personalized fashion from their purpose, on their following their path, learning the relevant competences to make progress on their path, and also building a network, a community, connect with people actually around the world to achieve their goals. Yeah, so very excited to share more about how this is working, especially also with, as mentioned, with Cosmos.
Yes, thanks for introducing. So, Kristen, I'll ask a few questions from the perspective of an audience, the first-time listeners of this video, understanding more about Tomorrow. So, Tomorrow seems to me like a great university I could, fly to Germany to attend. So, how are you bringing the university experience into this current new generation? Is it online? How does it look like? Is it like I got a course on Udemy? Like just a little bit more?
Yes, absolutely. So Tomorrow University is an online university where people can learn from anywhere in the world, which is really great because we provide the accessibility. It doesn't matter if you are in Germany here, or if you want to study from the US, or from Nigeria, or from India. This fits so well because we fundamentally believe that there are so many global problems, but you need to act local. Yeah, and so it's really about building those connections, actually learning from around the world. And while a big part is online, the learning part, we also connect them actually in person, which is a perfect addition to deepen the relations. Yeah? But for us, it is really about enabling and using technology actually to personalize everything so that you can learn effectively with us. Yeah? And this is where and we are really excited that since 2021, I think, we are now using Cosmos on our journey, and this really helped us quite tremendously, actually to build and advance and help our community to connect more better online.
Amazing. So Kristen, let's travel back in time, back in 2021. That's when we actually started working with you. Kristen, running Tomorrow, delivering all these amazing education to students around the world. Help us or tell us a bit more about the challenges which you're facing with your challenge-based learning, life courses.
Yeah, so we are having master bachelor programs, and more specifically, the first program was a Master of Science in sustainability, entrepreneurship, and technology. And as you also mentioned, it's cohort-based learning, so it's not like watching a video; it's live. You're coming together and actually solve real-world challenges. So it's challenge-based learning, working on real problems, applying the knowledge directly to advance yourself. And for this, it's really important. The connections, the collaboration. And we started off with, let's say, traditional video conferencing tools. Yeah? And the problem of a video conferencing tool, if you're comparing it to an on-campus experience, it's very transactional, because you click a button and then you're in a conversation. You click a button and you're out. But in a physical campus, the magic happens actually when you meet before the classroom. Yeah, so you mingle, you meet your friends, you ask about, hey, did you prepare actually as well? Not, so how do we do about this? Or afterwards, when you actually stick around and have a question to the academic and ask him actually, what did you mean with that? Can you help me to understand this? So this for us was important to see how we can create a social learning experience online and not just a transactional one. Yeah, and then it's also a thing. For example, if you have academics, and yes, you can schedule with them calls, but sometimes you're lacking how many people are actually waiting in line for that academic. And it's really hard to get a visibility of how many people are waiting. Also, as an academic, how many people want to speak to me, and you're lacking this kind of academic office hours, the possibility actually to get a sense of your environment. And this was another thing what we started to really see as a problem at the beginning. If you have a campus, you feel you are not alone because you see so many other people actually who are talking to other teachers who are having classes, but you see that you're not alone. And in a Zoom or in a call, video conference, you're just entering, but there is nothing before, and you don't know, are there happening other classes as well at the same point of time? So there are a lot of, I think, challenges literally to make learning online really social. And this is for us what we really care about. Is not just yet another online university, but we want to take online learning to the next level.
That's very interesting. So felt it was transactional. There was this whole piece around social connections before and after, and maybe even during the classes, and then the whole experience around the students being able to come up to the teachers and academics and experience drop-in office hours. And then if you could take us through your journey to come to Cosmos and how does it look like right now? And you can first explain it, and then we'll switch around and actually show the real.
Yeah. So we spend a lot of time actually figuring out how this can work. And when you're thinking about online learning and learning effective, it is not that you can take what is in the physical space in a class and then just say, hey, now we do it online. It just doesn't work. It's like, I don't know, if you have a newspaper and just make a PDF out and distribute it online, it doesn't work. Technology allows you to have way better interactions. It gives you new opportunities. And for us, if you want to create a new university designed actually for online first, then it needs to feel different. So for us, this was important. And then we said, okay, we need to develop our own learning management system for this, which is really crucial, so that we have our pedagogy, which is designed actually to learn effective, which is personalized, and a platform which supports that. Yeah? And the other part was for us this topic of making connections, making social learning really work. And this was where we actually, after a lot of research, thankfully, came across Cosmos. And at the beginning, it's also, we haven't been sure, is this the right platform for us? Yeah. So for us, this was ourselves at the beginning a bold move somehow, because people are used to tools for their video conferences. Yeah. And it is at the beginning something we say, hey, will I be alone in there, and will people be afraid of using it? But we said, hey, this is actually what we want, because it covers this kind of things we want. And then we said, hey, let's do this. Let's take it and use it for our actually for our whole university, so for ourselves as a team, but also let's use it for our students together. And this going really all in to create a tremendous positive impact. And let me just point now at what it really helps us here. Yeah, what are the real benefits of Cosmos? Why this was so important? Yeah, the first one you mentioned already. It's about transactionality. Yeah, it's not about getting in, getting out. But in Cosmos, you can fly in. You see who is there. You can chat to people which you didn't expect even to meet. Yeah, but so you have this randomness, random connections. After class, you can stick around, either in small groups or just walk who is there still and chat. Yeah, this was really important. And then if you have an academic, he has an office in Cosmos actually, he has an office hour, you see if somebody's in line actually speaking, you can line up. But also he sees that you're lining up, so he may be rushing that talk. Yeah, and if it's really urgent, you have the possibility actually to jump into the room if it's not locked, into the room and interrupt, like in a real university where you just can open the door. Yeah, sometimes if it's locked, you can knock, but otherwise you can just walk in and interrupt. And this is really great because it supports the flow of conversations. Yeah, and it is, for us, it was also important. What I really loved about Cosmos is it's not just the video conferencing tools. They're just a window and you just see the other person, but you're lacking actually how does the environment look like? What is the culture I am in? And for us, Tomorrow University is also about culture. We are about curiosity. We are about courage. We are about community, and we want to express this culture. And this is what is also a space can give us, or did give us actually. What was so important, and this is what we said. Hey, this is actually what next generation learning looks like. Yeah, and then when it comes into conversations, what we fell in love with, that conversations are. So in a group, conversations are just so much better because you have possibilities. Like in a real class, you whisper to people. When I have an academic, but I really want to know from the other students what I was missing, so I can whisper to him. How you can share emotions. So for us, it was really important that there's a great talk, and the most awkward thing is there's a silence afterwards. Yeah. So with Cosmos, you have the opportunity to clap, and there's also the sound of clapping, and this gives you really and it gets louder the more people clap. So it's really like a way more satisfying experience, also as a speaker, but also as an attendee, as a student, you see there is appreciation here happening. Yeah. And so all of these things now I'm sharing, but it was such a tremendous step forward. It was pretty much a leap forward when it comes to having conversations and making a university more social than just this in and out. It actually is a university is a social place. Yeah, and so this was really important for us, and for us, this Cosmos is really the right place to build a university which is social, where learning is about learning from each other together to solve the big challenges of the world.
Awesome. People might not have seen Cosmos at this point, and right now you can direct me and I can move around.
Yeah, so you see our campus here, and this is the entrance of the campus in the bottom here, where there's also our reception actually, and people show up. Students who are entering our university are showing up there and can be welcomed by our staff members, or they can organize themselves. And you see already to the left-hand side, you have our academic office and also admission office. So there maybe you find your academic if it's in the office hours, or you can find our admission teams. On the right-hand side, in the course room A, as you see, there is currently actually happening a class. So I think Sami is here holding a class about sustainability. And you see that in this class, actually, there are a lot of these kind of workshop rooms, yeah, so that if you have a course discussion, you have actually students go break out in smaller breakout sessions, and they are happening around here, which is also great because you see who is discussing to whom, and that's really helpful to have a vivid course discussion, yeah. And then if you go a little bit above us, there's another course discussion happening just now at the same time. So you see also here that it's not just your course discussion, but actually there is another course discussion happening at the same time. Yeah, so you get a sense that there's much more going on than just your course, and you're part of a bigger. If you go to the left-hand side, maybe you see here that we have also our own offices here. So there's a library which we have here, which is important because that's where you see those smaller workplaces. You can actually work by yourself. Yeah. Above that, there's a meeting room and there are offices. The office is also cool because our team is sitting there. So if you want to interrupt somebody or talk to somebody, you can literally go to them. And the nice thing about Cosmos is it's like a proximity-based chat. So if you walk towards somebody or if you join a room, then the meeting, the video conference opens, and then he can hear you. But it's a decision also if I am actually available. So I can set myself as available, or I'm actually just in the listening mode, so I would notice that you're coming in, or I'm really away. So I'm out for lunch and my computer's still running, then I'm away, and you know that I'm not currently available. So this is really great. And you have on the left-hand side our garden, beautiful, with some gaming tables and some fun if you want to have this. And then on top, there's another course discussion, a big one happening currently with Thomas here. Maybe it's about mission identification, entrepreneurship, not sure. But you see there's a lot of vivid things happening, and there's 3 people in the top right here, maybe they broke out, or they have a group, they're working on a group project at this point of time. Yeah, if you want to know, you would be able now just to enter this room and just talk to them and ask them. And I think this is something which is for us really exciting. And then if you go to the left, to the lower left corner, just to show the fun space that's currently empty, this is also our event space. So in event space, we have also our, for example, all hands meetings, but also if we have guest speakers, which we have quite often, then we hold bigger events in this event space. And you see it's really bustling at this point of time with 3 course discussions. Sometimes all of the rooms are full, so there's really lots going on, and you see who is there and you can chat to anybody. And yeah, it is way more social than any transactional Zoom conversations in a nutshell. And this is really what makes Cosmos for tomorrow so valuable, and it's really a part of actually making tomorrow a next generation university.
Wow, that's amazing. So, Kristen, we basically started with, back in 2021, the challenges you faced, how you've come around and implemented Cosmos. So, I've been talking to you and other supporters like you. It's not about the tool, it's more about what it helps deliver and the end result to students' life. That's exactly what excites us as well. So if you were to take a step back, because you've seen the journey from 2020 till here, the impact of setup you've done on your students, it'll be great to hear from you as to what your perspective on its impact on students is, its impact on the delivery, or like wherever you see the benefits. If you could share with the viewers as to how it touches students' life and what do they feel about it in your experience, of course.
We're using now Cosmos since pretty much 3 years. Yeah, so it's for us really an essential tool, and we are using it really like for internal meetings, for every student course discussion, and we love it also for the events. And the reason why we are so excited about it is because the feedback from the students is really great. They love that it's not just yet another transaction go in and go out to, but it's actually something where you see what's going on, where you can approach people. I need help. I can walk to the person and get the help. Yeah, where you can have vivid course discussions. Yeah, so that it's really about where the people are in the center, and you are empowered to maneuver around and engage with other students, hang out afterwards. Yeah, so if students have a course discussion and then afterwards they want to work on their project, they just stay and then go to a separate room and continue their conversations there as well. So for us, and there are students coming from across the world, and it's really bringing them closer together in a nutshell. And this is, for us so important, because a community is actually about bringing people together. And when they meet in person, and we're also doing in-person meetings, it's really great because they know each other so well already. So they really have this kind of, you meet and then you see they are starting directly chit-chatting. They're directly into conversations, which is fun. And you know that actually the relations work that they built online.
Amazing. That makes me smile so much, because when Cosmos was not named Cosmos, and it was just an idea, it was me and my co-founder Rahul, and we were cycling around a lake in the UK. And I remember sitting down and we were talking that, this thing would be really cool for students to learn. Like if I was to learn online, this is the way I'd like to learn. So from there to now, it's been a long journey, and it wouldn't have been possible without supporters like you, and you guys took the first step. One last question for the viewers, just to kind of bring reality into picture. We talked about the transition. Cosmos is an essential part of your delivery. You have students who are paying students, learning, so it's like high stakes. And as a founder, you've been involved in N26 big projects, so there's a lot of reputation on the line. So like in all that context, if you could share a journey around, like when you looked at Cosmos, the concerns you had, what gave you hope, and now where things are, if you could just share with the audience.
Yes. So in a nutshell, we are, as a university, we are not just a state recognized university. We have also amazing partners like the Vienna University of Business Economics. We have a joint the Master of Science in Entrepreneurship and Sustainability and Technologies developed with them together. So we're operating with them. In Germany, we are working together with the RWTH Aachen, another very well-known university here in Germany. So we have also partnerships actually for our program. So and the students, we're a private university, so the students pay tuition fees. And so for us, it's really crucial that the learning experience is outstanding. It is not allowed to be yet another online course. And we talked about how important cohorts for us is. So the quality of the live conversations, if video is bumpy, or if the quality is not good, or if the sharing doesn't work, there are a lot of concerns that if this is not good enough, actually, then you cannot do it, even if it sounds great, but the quality needs to meet the standards, because otherwise you cannot do it. Yeah. So at the beginning it was, and I also admitted, at the beginning there have been a lot of concerns about working together with a startup and one of the big tech companies, actually, to use it for our course discussions, because there is no guarantee everything will work out, and it is more playful as well. So it's also about, and maybe more, it's different. It's not the same. It's not just this in and out. So it was definitely at the beginning a concern, also from our partners. And when we invited the dean, actually, of the Vienna University Executive Academy the first time to Cosmos, this was for us also, how will they perceive it? Will they figure the way around? And when we hold our advisory board meeting in Cosmos, so we invite everybody, as mentioned, to Cosmos. It wasn't clear how they will perceive it, and for us, it was we have been curious. Would this work out? Would they appreciate it? Would they see the same value of we in it? We have been conscious at the beginning, and also concerned at the beginning. But again, I think you did a really great job in supporting us in all the needs we had. I think it was amazing how Cosmos actually also developed and improved over the last years, and it's so much now more advanced than it was back then already. But throughout that whole time, I think how you professionally supported us with all the needs and supported all the academics, that was still pretty much outstanding.
Wow, thank you. Amazing. So I think, Kristen, this is enough for our viewers online. Thanks a lot, Kristen, for your time. And for everybody watching, if you want to be a student at Tomorrow University, please head on to tomorrow.university.
Absolutely.
And for people who want to teach using Tomorrow, give it a go. And with that, thank you.